Hi, how are you? Thank you very much for joining us today in this amazing episode. If you haven't checked out our previous episode, kindly click on pause and rush to the previous episode so that if I make reference to the previous episode, you won't feel left out. Thank you very much. Today, we look at choices we make concerning our inner and outer circles and question if they are right. So we can start off by defining these circles. I'll define them using a scenario. Here, this scenario. Are there friends you have that you are so close, if you don't talk even for a month or like a year, things are still intact? If they abruptly call you after a long period of silence to tell you that something is bothering them, your first response is how quickly to help them rather than complain about them ghosting you. Do you have such kind of friends? Or a friend, if I can call them now and tell them you are in a fix, they will immediately rush to get solutions rather than complain or give excuses why you've never been talking to them, suddenly you need their help. As I was sharing that, did a name pop in your mind? Did some names come in your mind that certain friends were like that? If those names came in your mind, those names that came in your mind are your inner circle. The rest make up the outer circle. Um, in my inner circle, I have two friends. There's a time we never talked, I think, for 1 year. Then one guy just called and said he was troubled somewhere. And immediately, the three of us just went into a conference call and we talked for about 2 hours and we sorted out each other. It was so spontaneous, like no one was questioning why we've not talked for a year and anything. That for me was my experience with my inner circle. Let me continue. Today, in the digital age, we have something known as in-app purchases. Allow me to talk like a tech wizard just for a little minute. YouTube has a free version that most people use and a paid version. Once you join the paid version, you are free to remove ads and you can freely stream videos in the background. This paid version is I think around 1400 Kenya shillings. Netflix also has a free and paid versions where after payment you have access to more movies, especially in HD. The last one, look at DSTV. There's a package of about 1K and a full package is about 7K. The channels offered in the package of 1K are not the same as the ones offered in that one of 7K. I could go on with the tech talk, but no need to turn the session into a tech class. I've shared these examples to clearly elaborate the choices we make with our circles. A friend in your outer circle cannot get access to your inner circle. That is why when you open YouTube, you have to wait for the Bolt advert. When it's over, immediately Alibaba advert pops up. And usually nowadays it's the InDriver. Man, those things quickly pops up. But you do not hate YouTube for that. You still use it daily. In fact, you're so used to it that to the extent if there is no ad before the video, you find it strange. Is this the case with your circles? Or everyone has access to you? And don't get me wrong, I haven't said now you should avoid your outer circle. No. Just like YouTube, you still interact with them, but you have defined boundaries and where the circle reaches. Nowadays, in our current generation, we have people being irritated easily by fake friends, calling out friends to be betrayers. But hear me out. If your circle is fully defined, no friend becomes fake. Here's something small to think about. We all want amazing, caring, honest, and trustworthy friends, right? Yeah, I know I do. I want one. Question: are you falling in that same category of the friends you really, really desire? As you think about that, let's look at the criteria for you when you're selecting your inner circle. I'll break them into 4 parts. We have financial, emotional, social capital, and length of time. Let me just quickly brush through the explanation of my explanation of this. Financial, this is where a friend helps you out financially. Let's say this friend became your close friend because he helped you out on a loan, you helped them out on a loan. She was there when you needed some cash urgently, you were there when she needed some cash urgently, and that going back and forth made you become close friends. Emotional, that one friend that stuck with you through the worst emotional pain. Maybe you lost a job, you lost a sibling, you lost a relative, you went for an interview and it was so harsh, you were so devastated, and someone stuck with you through some time. And by this, they became into your inner circle. And then you have social capital. These are friends who remember and is available socially. Birthday remembering, calls, SMSs, hangouts, visits. This is a friend that is so concerned about these social activities and meeting together socially. So that if there's a birthday, they're always there. If there's a party, there's a hangout, there's a visit. If there's any get together, they're always there. And in your circle, you might be having a friend that you guys became close because of these social activities. The last one we have is length of time. I'll explain this very simply. We knew each other since primary. There's a friend of mine, we never knew, we knew each other since nursery. We knew each other, I think, in class 6 in primary. Then later on in life, I find a photo I took when I was in nursery, and right there in the photo, we are seated together. So we didn't know we knew each other since nursery. And that friend of mine, we're still close, we still talk up to today. Your criteria should help you understand your circle better. So that if that friend is in your circle because he or she has been your friend since childhood, then you cannot limit that friendship when he or she doesn't show up for you financially. Okay? When someone is your friend because he or she remembers your birthdays, I'm a victim. Then you need to understand that's the way of showing affection. He or she might not show up for you when you need emotional or financial support. That doesn't mean that you guys are lesser friends. Someone once told me something amazing. We love people from who they are, not what we want them to be. That means in my circle, there are people who are not the way I'd want them to be. And I feel like I need to change them. I need to tell them to be more of this. Someone who's loud, I tell them, be more silent. Or someone who's silent, I tell them, be more outgoing. No, that's not how we make friends. We love people from who they are, not who we want them to be. And after listening to this, we need to try an intentional exercise and confirm our friendships. Analyze the friendships you have and carefully define the friendships. Ask yourself 3 questions. Who is an acquaintance? Who is a distance friend? And who is a close friend? In that circle of yours, not just the definition from dictionary or something. In your circle, ask yourself, who is an acquaintance? Who is a distant friend? Who is a close friend? To do a simple small task, you can draw a circle. You can draw a big circle or small circle. Just draw a circle. After having the circle, divide it into 4 parts. That's 2 diameters running across. In these 4 spaces, fill in the 4 things we talked about: social, financial, emotional, and time. After that, fill in names of friends who you became close as a result of those areas. You can write one name more than twice, so that if friend X became your close friend because of emotional support, and also as assisted you financially, or became your friend through time, you guys have been friends for a long time, this means this friend X will be in more than one space. in that circle. You are doing this so that you fully define who is in your circle and how to relate to them better, making the right choices. And this is important, how you relate with your friends. And that's it for today. Thank you very much for joining and listening in.